Hello everyone, this is Mindy. Game of Thrones just ended, but the characters live on in our hearts. Cheesy as it seems, but yeah, they do. So I have been trying to understand why do people still love Dany even after episode 5? On the forums like Reddit and Facebook, there are two extremes. First, there are haters of Dany. And second, there are fans who feel that Dany did no wrong. Dracarys. Others like me feel that she did do the unspeakable but somehow still do love her very much.
She is my queen.
So I did a bit of research online. I went on the forums to seek fans of Dany, only to find out that mostly people say that they love her because she fought all her way for what she believed in. People feel that she earned the throne. She went through 4 to 5 seasons of hardships, and that includes being tossed around like a whore by her brother, conquering so many lands, freeing people, trying her best to rule her people as fair as possible. Dealing with betrayals time and time again, and let's not forget the most important part, her agreeing to take her soldiers, her army, her dragons to the north to help Jon win the war against the White Walkers. And despite everything, she was willing to negotiate with Cersei, but Cersei just had to push her off the edge. And so, some don't really blame Dany for doing what she did, and it felt like a pity that when all was won, she touched the throne for mere seconds before they killed her off with the man she loved.
You are my queen. Now and always.
And let's not forget about those who felt disgusted with Dany for killing every single person in King's Landing and started to hate on her and cheer at her death. Why? People felt that she did not have to burn the innocent people because when the bell rang and she won, she only had to destroy Cersei instead of destroy every single person in King's Landing. And people just felt that she went against her words.
I am not here to be Queen of the Ashes.
Now, there are two types of people after episode 5. People who love Dany and hate on the writers, David and Dan, otherwise known as D&D on most internet forums. And the second type, people who just completely hate Dany now and cheered at her death. But now, why people still love Dany despite everything? At first, I was going to talk about all the right values that Dany upholds, her character, and how hot Emilia Clarke is, the dragon, and the beautiful costumes and sets and blah blah blah. But I decided to zoom through seasons 1 to 8 to revisit Dany's arc, her storyline, and I guess I can only say this. The reason why people still love Dany despite everything that happened is because the writers, the producers, George Martin, the actress herself, everyone who put effort into creating the character Daenerys Targaryen, they are just damn good at their jobs. For all the first seasons from 2011 to 2017, and not to forget that 1 year of excruciating wait in 2018, so altogether 8 years now. The creators, the writers, George Martin, producer, the director, the actress have been hard at work to make us fall in love with Daenerys Targaryen, Daenerys Stormborn of House Targaryen.
Rightful heir to the Iron Throne. Rightful Queen of the Andals and the First Men. Protector of the Seven Kingdoms. The Mother of Dragons. The Khaleesi of the Great Grass Sea. The Unburnt. The breaker of chains.
Now, I'm not gonna sign off without giving you some hardcore evidence. Let's start at the beginning. First, we see her as a young girl, on the run with her cruel brother, being stripped by her brother of all dignity.
I would let his whole tribe fuck you. All 40,000 men and their horses too, if that's what it took.
And being raped, and we just all have that soft spot for rooting for those who face injustice and those who get bullied. And you know it when she first stood up to her brother, picked up the dragon eggs unharmed, ate that whole freaking heart, and eventually killing off her brother, we all fucking chill.
I am a Khaleesi of the Dothraki. I am the wife of the great Khal, and I carry his son inside me. The next time you raise a hand to me will be the last time you have hands.
Okay, the last one was cruel, but for all 5 episodes in season 1, the writers built the brother to be this character that you absolutely hate, so that his death was kind of justified and it was viewed as a victory moment. Then again, people look back today and call our dear queen's actions cold because she watched her brother die in front of her without flinching, and that this was the hint that she is not as good as we thought she is. Then again, what about Khal Drogo, who actually did the act? How about Jaime Lannister, who simply pushed poor little Bran out of the window? Aren't they cold and cruel too? But the point is, there is no character that is completely good, and that is something we get out of the entire Game of Thrones. So please don't think that fans are crazy just because they love Dany.
Not the way I love you. Is that alright?
Okay, next, doing the impossible. You'd think that emerging out of the flames unharmed with 3 baby dragons is the main thing. Let's not forget her standing up for the girls that were being raped by the Dothrakis, her love for the common people, and that fierce Khaleesi who stood up to the 13.
13! When my dragons are grown, we will take back what was stolen from me and destroy those who have wronged me. We will lay waste to armies and burn cities to the ground.
The show has always given us a glimpse of both the strong side and the vulnerable side of Dany, showing just how human she is with that extra magic ability and power to do the impossible.
The people who follow you know that you made something impossible happen. Maybe that helps them believe that you can make other impossible things happen.
So how can we not root for her? How so when she is off standing up for the underdogs, for the people who are being bullied, freeing the slaves and the unsullied, and gosh, remember this episode where she burned that man and surprised all of us that she was a native speaker of Valyrian? Well, at least I was surprised.
Nigay Daenerys Targaryen and Targaryen entrant, and Valyria Wipoana Gariksan. Valyria Munyoengos Nuhis Isa. Dracarys.
And that sure was my favorite moment. Oh, and how about the insane number of speeches that Dany made throughout the entire seasons?
I will not let those I have freed slide back into chains.
Our fathers were evil men, all of us here. They left the world worse than they found it. We're not going to do that. We're going to leave the world better than we found it.
How can the audience not be dazzled by that charm, that faith that she had in herself as the rightful heir to the throne?
I have been sold like a brood mare. I've been shamed and betrayed, raped and defiled. Do you know what kept me standing through all those years in exile? Faith. Not in any gods. Not in myths and legends. In myself. In Daenerys Targaryen.
Earning the support and love of more and more people, even some of our favorites like Tyrion and Jon Snow. Fans of Dany have been rooting for her since season 1, and we've seen her journey, dealing with those who look down on her, then getting her heart broken by betrayals, and eventually forgiving that betrayal, and she becoming this strong conqueror queen in season 5 and 6. So it is only natural that so many of us have fallen in love with this character who fought all odds to get to where she is. This is a typical storyline to make people fall in love with a character. The character starts from nothing, then you throw them to face the hardest obstacles and make them emerge as the champion. So just imagine 7 seasons of this, 8 years. Let's talk about cruelty now. They say we should have expected it, or that she had it in her to be cruel and mad. Watching her brother burn, setting those Lannisters and so many others on fire. Leaving those who betrayed her to die a slow death in the vaults. I'm not gonna argue about the ending of Game of Thrones, and the video by Trope Anatomy did a really good job in discussing about the character development of Game of Thrones, but can we see the subtle and not so subtle things that the writers add into the show to make us feel that she is the right queen? From small matters like allowing the son to bury the father, her care and friendship with Missandei, confiding, trusting and winning Tyrion's trust and faith, and eventually making him hand of queen.
I believe in you. It's embarrassing, really.
Damn, she even gives Varys a warning to not conspire behind her back or else she'd burn him.
Swear this to me, Varys. If you ever think I'm failing the people, you won't conspire behind my back. You'll look me in the eye as you have done today, and you'll tell me how I'm failing them.
I swear it, my queen.
And time again, she tells us in season 7 that she's not here to be the queen of the ashes. She speaks up for Tyrion.
Lord Tyrion is hand of the queen. You will treat him with respect.
She admitted to her father's crimes, and she says she's not here to murder, that she wants to destroy the wheel.
I'm going to break the wheel.
And how about going against Tyrion's advice to rescue Jon from the White Walkers? I'm sure so many of us cheered at that. How about always being at the front of all the wars, instead of hiding behind her army, always the one to ride the dragon? And also because she's the only one who can ride the dragon. All these things, more or less, are the things that made Dany who she is, and that is why some of us just cannot start hating her after literally 2 episodes of crazy. It is really 8 years of love versus 2 hours of craziness. So yeah, D&D did a great job into making us big fans of Queen Dany and using her nickname Dany.
Thank you, Dany.
Dany. He was the last person who called me that. I'm not sure, was it my brother? Not the company you want to keep.
All right. Not Dany. How about my queen?
Makes it even harder for fans to see her as the Mad Queen. Okay, at this point, I need to talk about Emilia Clarke, the incredible talented actress who played Daenerys Targaryen. If you don't know this was her first big role in her entire career, and yet, in season 1, you could already see how good she is as an actress, portraying a weak, innocent girl, and then eventually transforming into this Khaleesi that we all love. The amount of effort that she put into her work. Did you know that she suffered 2 aneurysms during her 20s when she was filming Game of Thrones?
And I suddenly get this unbelievable pain that felt very much like an elastic band around my brain. Excruciating. My brain was screaming it. It was screaming the answer, but I knew that I wasn't forming the words. I couldn't make sense. It was the scariest thing I've ever experienced in my life. It was in that moment I asked them to just let me die.
The first one came in 2011 when she was working out at the gym. Then she returned to set for season 2 while she was still suffering from pain and exhaustion.
They're like, we really don't think she's going to make it. We really think she's going to die. I just didn't want to be a bother.
That persistence, that dedication that Emilia Clarke put into this, it just gets impossible, at least for me, to hate on Dany when Emilia put in so much into this character. And yes, she's an incredibly funny person in real life if you watch her interviews.
3, 2, 1, go! And like just yank it down. Maybe I shouldn't say that. With the help of Mr. Raven. That's really just weird, you know, he's not a Game of Thrones. And I'm like, hey, it's me! She melted the snow. Yeah. Exactly. I'm on fire. Where are my dragons? Where's my wig? Where's my orange mocha frappuccino? Where are my kale chips?
Where's my accent? Where's the toilet?
So it is pretty obvious how good of an actor she is when she had to do those cold, chilling scenes where she murdered everyone. Disclaimer, I am not here to dispute anyone or justify her actions in episode 5 or to say why she should be queen. This is such a big show and there are so many sides. There's Team Sansa, Team Arya, Team Jon, Team Tyrion, so many more. If I root for Dany, people might just come after me and tell me that I'm insane for rooting for the Mad Queen. But this video is honestly just for me to share with you my perspective and analysis of why we still love Queen Dany even after everything that happened in Season 8, Episode 5. If you watched till here, make sure you share this with people who don't understand why people still love Dany despite everything that happened. So let me know what you think. Let me know when she first managed to capture your hearts. And did I miss out on anything? Did you like this short recap? And make sure you like and hit that subscribe button to see more videos like this. I'm gonna edit this right now. It's gonna take such a long time to edit, but I'm happy to do it. Thank you for watching and stay minty and cheery. Bye!
This is Jon Snow. I love you. And you will always be my queen.
Nobody does, until they ride a dragon.
What if he doesn't want me to?
Then I've enjoyed your company, Jon Snow.